So we're back with the Twisted Society podcast, and today we're joined by Bakri11. How you doing?
What is up? Doing great, man. Fucking feeling good. A little tired, but let's do it.
This is technically, I guess, the second time, but we got a little bit of problems the first time we recorded one, but I think everything's gonna be good
Yeah.
now. So
Right.
I hope I don't bore you with the repetition, but I guess we're gonna want to ask some of the same questions. A little bit about your background in the music scene, how you got into the style of music that you now make.
Okay, yeah. Well, like, I guess I started off in metal bands when I was younger and shit. I was playing like a lot of death metal, black metal, and stuff like that. And then over time, like in I guess my early 20s, I kind of came late, I would say, like into the trap metal shit. So I was like around 22 when I discovered the trap metal and shit, And I was before I discovered that, I was like experimenting with my own shit, which the name Bakri11 came from. And it was basically just a project. I was like, whatever the fuck I want to do, I'm gonna do, because I was in so many bands, and to get four members or five members to have the same mindset was kind of difficult. So I was like, man, fuck this, I'm gonna do my own shit, and if it's metal or if it's reggae, if it's whatever the fuck I want to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And slowly it turned into trap metal because I was doing a little softer stuff, just experimenting with rap and different sounds. And then over time, I'm like, I saw trap metal. I'm like, this is exactly what I should be doing, coming from the metal background. So I slowly started diving into that.
Yeah. And you said, I remember last time you told me at first it was like people weren't really rocking with the fact that you weren't running with bands anymore. And they're like, why are you screaming on your own? That type of stuff. You still experiencing that now, or do people understand a bit more?
Now they understand now. It's more to the closer group, like friends that I would hang around with, the people that would like played shows with in the metal scene. Like kind of like metal elitists from music elitists. They would kind of like they're like, oh damn, you're rapping now, kind of like having their view on it. Because I come from a more metal heavy background and shit. But I believed in it. I was like, man, fuck you. Like my brother and shit would always like tease me, but he supports the fuck out of me, but like he teased me about it and shit. And over time, I use that as motivation. I was like, man, fuck y'all, I don't give a fuck, and seeing what I saw, like other artists kind of experimenting with the sound, I was like, man, I saw something that could be done. And my goal at that point was like to also show the metal scene that there can be some heavy shit, and I can try to blend the two, the styles and whatnot. It's over time, like my homies and people that saw the videos and music they've been dropping, they fucked with it. So slowly it got their respect.
Yeah. So when you first started off hopping on like making trap metal, were you hopping on like kind of classic hip hop beats? Or at that time, did you have all the thrack stuff, all the more made for trap metal, or was it more classic?
Yeah, well, when I first started, I was playing in a cover band. I played in a cover band for a while, just for like as a job, side job and shit. And that just kind of showed me the difference in all genres of music when it comes to mainstream and Spanish and whatever. And so I was just fucking around at first. I was doing like I would play guitar and bass and make a whole song sound kind of poppy, you can say. And then over time, I was like, you know what? Let me get into rap, and I started kind of looking into boom bap and lo-fi boom bap stuff because I had a friend that would make that shit. And then just basically any rap beat I can find that sounded cool, and I just slowly kind of was finding myself as a solo artist, rapper type of shit, because it felt weird to me being that. But like soon after, about a year and a half into it, is when I started discovering like tracks and all these motherfuckers and like City Morgue and just the heavier artists and shit. So that's when I really started diving into it.
Yeah. So was there any like actual inspiration from artists making trap metal, or was it more like I just want to be a solo artist, or was there certain people that you saw doing this style and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go with that, or it was all you came up with it yourself?
Well, definitely, we're all influenced by people, right? But I guess the first thought of me being like a front man is what I thought, like, because I've always been a bass player, guitar player. I saw someone rapping over the tracks at a show, and I'm like I can do that shit is what I thought, right? I'm like, I can rap. Like I'm so used to being on time with a band or rehearsing with a group and needing to be on time because we depend on each other. And when I saw like an artist doing his thing over his tracks and kind of just having fun with it, I was like, whoa, that leaves a lot more room for you to fuck around and talk and me being an aggressive type of performer, I'm like, I can run around and fucking call people out and use my energy elsewhere. And then that's what motivated me. I'm like, fuck yeah, I think I want to try this. And then slowly I tried it. And then obviously like Gizmo was an influence, Cameron Ozzy, City Morgue, a lot of these Trap Butters influenced me and just kind of went with it from there.
Yeah. And now you're at the point that you say you were influenced by Gizmo, but now you're actually like a collaborator with him. So how did that
Yeah.
relationship form up?
Well, fuck yeah. Well, I mean, I just I DM'd him, you know, I said what's up, and slowly just built a small connection, and basically got a feature from him, and I flew out to LA to chill with him and whatnot. He was a cool ass dude, you know.
Yeah.
And then he even told me like, bro, thanks for not being weird, man, because I get a lot of weirdos, you know, because I guess he, you know, being around a lot of people that just are fans and whatnot. But yeah, no, we just kicked it, man. We smoked out, we hung out, we shot the video, we just built a connection and whatnot, and it was a cool vibe, you know. It felt organic and chill, and ever since then, like you know, we'll just talk here and there and communicate, and you know, the relationship has built over time.
Yeah. So were you able to build off kind of those because you were performing with bands as a cover band? Did you still have those connections when you started rapping, or was it like, oh, we don't want to book you as a solo artist, or were you able to build off of that?
I think everything has been a stepping stone to build off of because I do film as well. I play bass and guitar. I play in a cover band. I would play bass in other metal bands, and you know just doing music all around. And each one had their contribution to what makes me my own artist. And no, you know, like it didn't limit me. Like if I wanted to say, hey, I want to go play with my cover band today and just focus on that project, because I'm not the leader of those bands. I'm just the fill-in, and I get paid and shit. So,
Hmm.
you know, they all have their like I guess the way they're organized is like you know specific to it. So I can jump from to the trap metal because that's what I run, and then to the cover band and vice versa. And they all help each other in ways. You know, I meet a lot of people through film that I would never meet through my trap metal, and I met a lot of people through the cover band that have connections unrelated to the trap metal scene, but somehow I can use some of these resources to build what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, they
Do,
all coexist, I guess.
do you ever go to a venue like with your cover band and then people are like, "Holy shit, it's Bakri11!" Like they don't realize that you're actually part of that band too? Does that ever happen?
uh, not with the cover band because I mean they're definitely around the city I'm from, you know, or certain areas, but when it comes to the island, it's a lot of like winter Texans and different things, you know. Maybe one or two times, but not so much. Yeah,
Yeah. So how is
but
kind
but
of oh yeah.
but I do think that like people be like, what the fuck, you know, like me like seeing me jam some like something totally different, some mainstream shit, you know, and then seeing that I do trap metal, people might be like, what the fuck, maybe you know have their opinion or whatever. But honestly, like as I get older, it's like, man, fuck everybody, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I feel good with what I'm doing. I'm making money playing music. You know, if it's a cover band, I'm making money with my stuff. I'm just finding my way to get around life like we all are. And then I think being in a cover band is a badass outlet for me, you know, to also keep my work within the music, you know, and not have to really go do other stuff.
Yeah. And I feel like that's also like a huge like bonus for you that you have that musical background, you know how to play instruments. So it's like when you go into music, it's not like I just want to rap on this beat and you don't know how to tackle it. You know like the more intricate parts of that. And
Yeah, exactly. And I'm
yeah.
trying to get a little bit more creative with that now because I do buy beats, right? And I add guitars over and I add drums over, but I definitely want to start projects from scratch a lot more and have a producer with me while I'm creating ideas with organic instruments and stuff. But kind of like how I guess Ghostman in a sense has his band and whatnot, but I guess my own rendition is a little more heavier, I would say, than that.
Yeah. Cuz I was going to ask you, have you ever like tried to construct your own beat with instrumentals that like you play yourself, or is that on the table
Yeah,
someday?
yeah. Some days, so I don't produce beats myself. I know I'm fully capable, but I don't learn the DAWs. You know, I already did the video editing, which is one whole shit. Then my just recording software for audio is one thing, and you know I feel like I already spread myself super thin when it comes to all this stuff. That it's I just haven't put the time to start learning how to create beats, but you know. If I can create music or with some instruments and more sure I can do with the beats, it's just a matter of learning the programs. But once I do that, or just kind of get more connected with a producer that's like willing to work with me daily and stuff like that, then you know I'll be like get to that level, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Is there any producers like either you worked with, or it doesn't even have to be like just producers in general that you really fuck with that you think are like super cool in the underground scene that you would like to work with or that you have worked with?
Um, I don't know. I guess I. I'm a little airheaded sometimes when it comes to remembering. Even like when it comes to genres that are like artists, I not super duper in tune, but I both the people I guess I've worked with. So I mean, my buddy, he's from South Texas area. He goes by DJ Divine, and he does really good work. I did like some stuff with Modesto, Pros Modesto beats. He worked with Kai, Invice of Kai, and a few other artists that were sick. Circle, he's done some stuff with City Morgue. Who else? There's a few other beat producers that I'm fucking with. Also, there's one dude in Plug Sunset. He's making these like fucking dance EDM style beats that I'm kind of experimenting with right now. So I'm fucking with that
Yeah.
dude a lot. Uh,
Yeah, because that
yeah,
Gizmo song that you made, that was kind of like I thought that had kind of themes of like EDM type stuff. Like I was like, this is very
yeah, yeah.
interesting. Like,
Yeah, and what gave me the idea was because my buddy Divine, he does EDM music at like big festivals here where we're from, and he brought me on the Stevie Aoki show, and we did like this scream rap over his like
yo,
EDM shit,
yeah,
and people fucked with it, and they felt the energy. So, and slowly I'm like, I never listened to EDM like that, but just seeing how people get down and fucking get like into it at these concerts, it just inspired me and shit. So yeah, now I'm fucking with some of those beats and trying to put my twist on it.
yeah, and like, no, I fuck with that song. I was like, this is crazy. The EDM stuff. You're gonna have to patent it so nobody, so people don't take the
Right.
style and just run off with it. But
Yeah, yeah, that's just what happened. Whether
yeah,
I can't fucking hold the fucking like
no,
just
that
claim it to be mine only, right?
we're saying it now though. He's one of the early
Yeah, yeah,
innovators.
yeah, yeah. Fuck
Um,
yeah.
so it's not really like you don't really go for names. You're just more like you listen to a beat pack and you're like, I fuck with this one, this one, this one. It doesn't matter if it's a small producer, big producer. You're just like it's more like how it sounds than the actual
100%,
team.
hundred
Yeah,
percent. And if there was a big producer that I did really like, I mean, of course I'd want to work with them, but I'm not super, I guess, tuned into that right now. Just like you said, if it's a small producer, has some fire shit, and it can feed my inspiration and make something out of it. That's what I want to do.
So how? So
There's
how?
like,
Oh,
sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to shout out. I think I forgot he changed his producer name, but his New Era Beats. I'll fucking see me send me some stuff, and he doesn't have too many. I guess it doesn't seem like a big following or anything, but he made some fire ass shit, and yeah, yeah. So shout out to the underground and low key producers out there.
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like it's harder to. It's not easy to get off the ground as an artist, but I feel like a producer, it's so much tougher because like you try to work
Hundred
with
percent.
people, you get left behind. People don't want to pay you
Yeah,
for beats. Some people do,
yeah,
but
and you're in the shadows. You're always in the shadows. Like
yeah.
you make a fucking fire ass thing, but it's I guess that's a part of that game. Every type of thing you try to pursue has its pros and cons. Even being an artist, a rapper, like they all have their fucking
Yeah.
things.
So how is the South Texas like scene now? Is it like popping? Is it coming out? Is it dead? Is it?
It's coming out, man. We were labeled what like the fourth poorest city in the U.S. where we're from, Brownsville.
Yeah.
And it's the tip of Texas, like right next to the Matamoros border. And there's not really much going on here. It's like a lot of Spanish, Norteño music, nautical rap, and a really badass culture though. Like a really cool Mexican culture down here. But over the years, like little by little, a lot more things are happening. We have a few artists down here that, at least in the southern Texas region, that have been popping off. Um, I guess I guess I mean to what level? I mean I wouldn't say like super big, but like there's a good handful of people that are getting recognition from down here, and I think it's opening eyes. But also, SpaceX came down. Just a lot of things are happening just around the city that are bringing much more of a bigger culture here. But as for the South Texas trap metal scene, it's super new. You know what I mean? It started with me and a few friends. At least in this area, there's nobody that really did this genre. I was probably the only artist that would go to these like or like Spanish rap fucking shows, and I'll be like the one that be, oh, that's fucking Bakri. They knew me because I was the only one who was doing that. And luckily, they fucked with it, and I got a lot of their respect from it and shit. So it was cool. But now, like my buddy, God bless the kid. I have a friend named Nazo, another buddy named Grim Junt. We all do this underground rap style shit, and it's slowly building a little scene down here for it. So it's cool.
Yeah.
and we're doing a little tour run. It's like a 5 day Texas little tour run, and we're doing starting to do shows down here a lot more because we have like no shows when it comes to trap metal down here, like nothing, it's non-existent. So it's
Yeah.
cool to be able to bring some of these people out from different parts of the country and states, you know.
You got any names that are going to be on that show tour?
Yeah, for the tour run, we're having Percy Bones. He's from the UK. He's a
Sweet.
dope ass artist. Yeah, fuck yeah, he's coming a long way to fuck with us. He's a good friend of mine. So yeah, he's gonna come down. We also got Lil Boudang. I think he's from Austin. I'm not too sure, but he has some fire ass shit. You gotta go check his stuff out if you haven't heard of him.
Hmm.
Yeah, some sick shit. And then my buddy Hoax as well. He's from San Antonio. So this is the main acts that are performing, but we got a few special guests, including Inkor, Creature Lagoth, and a black metal band that I'm close with from South Texas called Immortal Death.
Yo, that's really
Yeah.
cool. So you got a band like are they going to be like backing you guys, or they're like performing like separately, or?
Yeah, separately. So I have a band. Like I perform now with the band all the time. So I go in between rap and then metal.
That's
But I love metal shit. So when it comes to like these trap metal shows, I want to see metal bands. I want to see hardcore. I want to see stuff that I genuinely fuck with. And also going to only metal shows, I felt burnt out by just like listening to like 3 hours of straight heavy shit.
yeah,
And then when I go to rap shows, I get burnt out just hearing like sometimes like people not even rapping, they're just dancing and like or like just the. So when I see the mix of both, it refreshes myself, at least for me as a viewer. So
yeah.
I like to see metal bands, I like to see rappers, I like to see all this type of shit, you know.
You guys just gotta like in between, like you gotta get all like these hard ass trap metal people, and then you just gotta get your fave
Some
boyfriend to come
country
out
singer.
and do some of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
whistling shit, and then everyone.
Yeah, fuck yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what
No,
we gotta do.
that's super cool though. That like I find it really sweet that you got like the UK in there, and then like you said like some more like Mexican culture. And I also wanted to ask like, does that influence your music any, or do you think that like you could ever potentially do a Spanish song, or do you speak Spanish or work with a Spanish artist?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, for sure, it definitely influences me. So I've done like a few songs that I do speak Spanish in. I don't speak Spanish fluently, even though I'm half Hispanic, and I just never learned it well, you know. But I have this one song called South Texas Rancho, and I have some Spanish lines in there and shit. But fuck yeah, man, the culture here is badass, dude. You know, it does influence me. I like in that song, I'm talking about eating tacos from here and fucking just like certain tacos that I like, and just being at the South Texas Rancho, chilling with the homies, barbecuing, and fucking, So, definitely it's a cool culture. And now that I play this cover band, this chick loves playing like Spanish music. So I'm like getting into all this Spanish shit that I never used to like. So, but all that does definitely give me some type of like influence to like implement some Spanish in my music, or at least something around it. But if you heard any of my shit, not a lot of it's like doesn't sound Spanish, doesn't have much Spanish in it. Maybe a song here or there.
You could just do like couple words or something just as the chorus. That'd be kind of cool. Get a bunch of Spanish
Yeah,
artists and you just yell like
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Puro pinche 956, cuz that's what we say down here. Fucking it's a popular thing. You ever heard of that shit? People say puro 956 or not?
I'm not even
Or not?
American, so
No, yeah, yeah. Well, no, now you know.
now I know. Yeah, no. I mean, no. It sounds dope. It sounds like a cool scene. But besides like the Texas scene, I see you're starting to perform like a little bit out of the state too. So how did that kind of come to be that you started like getting shows booked out of state?
I mean, just like anything else, it's not really hard. Well, once you establish yourself as an artist and shit, and it's done shows, and I have a fucking 20, 30 music videos out, and I've done a lot of shows and whatnot, it's not really difficult to get the opportunity to do it, at least from my standpoint. But just the like traveling and stuff and getting the budgets that are like right, because every artist wants to get paid after traveling far, and depending on what status you are and how big you are and whatnot. But yeah, dude, it's just like I play a show here or there, and then somebody reaches out, yo, we want to book you out here, we want to book you out here, and we'll just pick and choose what's the best opportunity for like our circumstance.
Yeah. So for like an artist, kind of a new coming artist in your genre, like what would be one piece of advice that you wish that you would have had when you first started making music that really helped to put you to the next level as an artist?
Smoke a lot of crack, quit school, beat. No, I'm fucking around. I don't know, man. Just be passionate about what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're passionate about it and it's your dream, to fail is only to fail yourself. So you're not going to want to fail, you know. So do what you're interested in, and you know, trial and error. You know, like one thing is don't give up, because being in music or being in any type of arts or anything really, like, you know, you do shit, and you know, you're gonna hit roadblocks every fucking day. Like, you know, like getting into the just recording music, you're like, oh, what mic do I get? How, what interface do I get? And what, you know, why isn't it sounding what good? Like, I need to learn mixing, and you need to learn this and you learn that. And if you don't got money to do it, to pay people, you're gonna have to learn this shit yourself. So just basically not giving up on like your dream, and on your craft. And once you refine it and get used to the process of recording and doing videos and finding your own method of keeping it consistent, you'll feel like much more confident in what you're doing. So just don't give up on your craft. Just keep on fucking trying it. You know.
So was there like one track in particular that kind of popped off, or was it like gradual? Is it cover arts that matter? Music videos? Like, what do you find people gravitate the most to?
Well, at least for me, when I started, I think it was more like a kind of the wow factor a little bit, just like aggressive music. The videos where I was trying to make it chaotic as I could, you know. I guess from where I'm from, people haven't seen that, you know. So it was really cool down here that they're like, oh fuck yeah, you know, I got a badass buzz for a while. And you know, because I wasn't a rapper, you know, like I wasn't a great lyricist. I was better at composing music and thinking of how to make a song is sick, you know, like adding certain elements and whatever. So I felt like my lyrics weren't like the most like heartfelt, you know, but just the style, the aggression, the vibe, and all, you know, and just the difference that I was in this area that led me to fucking kind of do pretty well.
Yeah.
And the first song that I did. That did well, like around 30K or something, was a "Fuck What You Say," and that was like one of my close to first trap metal songs, probably like my fourth or fifth trap metal song,
Yeah.
and that one did pretty good. And then I did the one with Gizmo that got some pretty good views, and there's a few other, but I just can't even think about it. I know Cut the Shit did pretty well on Trash, and
Oh, you got it on
yeah,
trash too. That's fucking cool. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, dude, that was badass. I
So
felt special.
being on track, yeah, it is kind of an exclusive club, I guess. Like, it definitely
Yeah, I mean, you got to be proud of your little accomplishments. You know, a lot of people get on there, but you know, it's fucking cool.
30K. I
Coming from
would
where I come from.
30K. I wouldn't say is a small accomplishment. I feel like that's just people think it is now because of TikTok numbers, but 30K is fucking. Some artists would kill for that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It was sick, man, because it felt good to feel like people were watching and shit. You know what I mean? Because when I first started this shit, I was embarrassed. I was like, "Fuck, I'm shy to do this shit." Like, and I did this corny ass song, like super corny. I probably wouldn't want to fucking ever like let it be heard again, but maybe one day, right? I was just like nervous to release it one day, and I just released it on Facebook, and I released it, and like I got a good amount of likes on that. It's like the first time I got like that much reaction towards something I've ever done, and that got me super excited. I was like fucking nervous. I'm like, oh man, see what people think it's fucking whack or stupid, you know?
yeah,
And it worked out well, dude. And people tell me all the time that they're scared to fucking release the shit. I'm like, dude, fuck that, dude. Just do it. Like, don't be a perfectionist right now. Just do it. Put shit out. Like, give it a shot. Don't be scared. Like, people are gonna like if they laugh at you, fuck them, bro. Like they just need 1 second, then they forget about it, you know. And that's the start of your journey to becoming a better artist or better whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
definitely fucking don't be scared to start it up.
And like, you're pretty brave too, like for Facebook, because it's like it's one thing to release on YouTube or like Instagram, but Facebook, that's like where all your local people, all your friends, your
Yeah, yeah,
family.
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
yeah. So
Yeah,
what's kind of, if we could peel back the curtain a bit, I guess, what's kind of the next couple things in the next few months we're going to see from you?
yeah. So a lot more releases. I got a song with Travis Goff and Croissant. Travis Goff is an artist from TSF. Is out of Houston, but he's from Florida. He represents TSF out of Florida and shit. But he has a unique style, funny, creative, fucking dope ass dude. He's a cool homie of mine. But so I work with him and Croissant. We got some shit coming out soon, and then I got a song with Cameron Ozzy coming out as well.
Yeah.
A few other solo tracks. I'm gonna do some more EDM stuff, and I've been getting really inspired by synth punk because of Nate No Face. Nate No Face is like fucking legend. I got his shit right here. I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah.
fucking yeah, I'm inspired by that dude a lot, man. And so I'm getting a few beats and synth punk style stuff to kind of experiment with. But other than that, just more music videos. We got this tour coming. And we're trying to get a head start on the next tour just so we can bring out other artists. Me and my buddy Hoax are trying to work together well to bring Texas, at least for with our circle, to just bring shows and give ourselves opportunities to bring artists that we fucked with, like Percy, someone I fucked with, Budang was someone that Hoax fucked with well, and we're like, fuck it, let's do this ourselves independently, and just see where it goes. So there's gonna be a lot more of that.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm excited to see definitely more of the EDM stuff. I like how you never stick to one thing. You always bring in a lot of different genres. And
Yeah, for sure. It might
it's
be confusing to people, but then that's always I remind myself like fuck everybody, man. Like I made Bakri11 to be myself, and if it's one thing or another, fuck it, let it be.
yeah.
So
Because I feel like a lot of people are worried about that. Like, I don't want to do too much different stuff because it might scare my fans away. But I feel like when you're still like independent, making SoundCloud stuff, like it's not the same as like once you're established with a label and you made like an album. Then people are like, oh fuck, I'm confused. But like when it's still DUI, like SoundCloud type of stuff, I feel like people aren't as opposed to listening to different styles from their favorite artists now.
yeah, for sure, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the world we live in. It's like nobody listens to one genre. Like rarely, maybe you'll find a few people that just listen to strictly a few genres. But like, I'm sure you love the heaviest shit, and then you love the softest shit. Like I love fucking like shit that'll make me cry. I fucking love shit that'll make me fucking angry and fucking want to fuck shit up. And I think everybody can relate to that. So maybe the only thing that would be a negative is like if you're on Bakri11's channel, like I'm trying to fucking get heavy, and then a song that comes out's a little soft, maybe that will throw you off. But
Yeah.
with every artist has done it. Zilla gets heavy, gets soft. Fuck XXX gets heavy and soft. Fucking everyone gets heavy and soft. And it's just that's the way that we express our fucking self. We're not only angry and mad all the time. So
Yeah.
Cyber said it. I saw one of I think his interview. I think it was from you, from your fucking video with Syringe.
Oh yeah.
I'm not too sure if you're saying that. I don't know if it's yours or somewhere else, but he just said like, man, like, yeah, I'm tired of fucking like I'm not mad all the time. Like I want to make different shit. Like I don't gotta be fucking like always making trap metal stuff. So I
Yeah.
related with that.
You're not always mad. You're not always sad. Like you can't always stick to one thing. You just want to make the music you want to make on that day. And I feel like that's a terrible trap to get stuck in. Like you see,
Yeah,
but it's kind of almost like you said with the shows where you're like, I don't want to sit there for 3 hours and listen to heavy metal. So if you release an album with like some trap metal mixed in with some softer stuff, it might get the same effect where people will be like, oh, it's too much hard. Oh, there's, you know what I mean? Brings them back in. So it could be the same effect.
and then you're right, and that just depends on, I guess, the person, right? And that's what, when you create a fan, the fans will love you for your journey in music. Like, like when it comes to Metallica, right? They have got their niche and they don't stir away from their thrash metal, but they do have a little, they get into a little softer stuff over the years. You can tell they got like a little country vibe. But, nowadays, like, I mean, I feel like it just whatever. If a fan loves you and they love your music, they'll find like their appreciation in your softer stuff and your heavier stuff and all around.
Yeah.
And maybe some people just would just come along and hear one track and it's a fire song, but don't really like anything else. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm always trying to tell people about. Like, you have your audience, and then you have your inner audience. Like, you got your audience that is, say, like, to compare it to myself, like I got whatever 13,000 subscribers, but there's about 5,000 people that show up for every video. So that's like my real audience that rides for me, that shows up for everything. And then you got like the people who
Yeah,
fuck with some of the stuff you do. And I feel like
yeah,
artists really struggle when they lose like that outer audience. But if you
core.
keep the inner guys happy, it's like you're set. They're
Yeah,
always gonna rock with you.
for sure. Yeah, I agree. And um, like, I appreciate like I see that they're always a rise and fall, right? Always, and like even with like some of the smaller artists that has made an impact, that didn't go further up, I still like been influenced. That influence is stuck with me. So I feel like my respect for these people, like whether they're just an average guy you can go and talk to now or they're super big, like I just feel like those accomplishments can never be taken away, and those accomplishments have set their purpose in the scene for that moment, whether it's big now or not. Like I know Cameron Nazi's not doing too much music now, but what he put there has influenced so many people to to the culture that it is today, just like everybody else. So
Yeah.
whether you get big or not, or whatever, it's like to me, creating this legacy and the people that are in that inner circle that fuck with you, those are the people that are inspired by you. And you never know, like, when I listen to music or when I see movies, I fucking cry and it touches me. And I'm like, man, this makes my life better. This makes me happier. This makes me feel less angry. And it, if you can make your inner circle feel that, that's fucking amazing, because you're
Yeah.
changing those people's lives.
Yeah. Just always
Maybe
look
not.
at.
No,
Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. I was just saying maybe not on the grand scale, but within that circle, it means a lot. It's
Yeah.
like if somebody gave you $1 million, that would change your fucking life, right? So it's like if I can give it 10 people that bit of happiness, that's great because your life is everything to you. Just like mine is to me. So if you
Yeah.
can do a few people, great, better than nothing.
Yeah, and it's like always people are like, "Oh man, I put out a song and only got like 200, 300 plays," but it's like imagine you did a show and 300 people showed up to that show. That would be like life-changing. So you got to look at it from like that perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, exactly.
So
All right,
yeah,
dude.
I guess that's catching up with you first and second interview. And
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
yeah.
I appreciate you reaching out
Yeah.
and
Anybody
stick up.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, you're good. I was like, fucking keep up with your channel, dude. Your channel's been sick. That little slump video was pretty hilarious. I thought the conversation between you two, I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Like, I don't even know. Like, you're trying to ask a question, and you would never get to the answer, and I'm just like, God damn, like, I felt for you.
Man,
But
I try
good luck to that dude, I guess. But
I
that
tried
that
hard
was
with that one.
interesting.
I with the comments, like I had to edit it a lot, and I was like, I think it's pretty good, and then everyone in the comments like, oh man, this is not it. I'm like, oh no, but
Yeah, yeah, fuck, man.
at least
But
we got
so be it.
yeah. All right, appreciate you, man, and we'll be in touch soon for sure. Peace out.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Peace.